on the world.
All right, guys, we're live again. This is episode 196. Oh, yeah, it is 196. 4 more episodes before 200 comes up soon here. What, the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm excited about that. I am James Gill, your host. This is the Third Eye Truth Telling Podcast. This is Joe Hill, the co-host. He finally got his wine back.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Yes. Finally got his wine back. All right, guys. Tonight, we have a special guest tonight. He's been on the radio for 42 years coming up this year. Is it this year?
42.
42 years. You can find him on 88.1 WVPE. That's a nice blues station we have in the area. Welcome, Old Harv. Old Harv. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for
Did I say it
having me.
right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, you actually did good that one.
All right. Welcome to the show. And I want to say this. Joe has been just excited about this episode.
Because that's actually an episode that you're gonna enjoy.
Oh, yeah, I definitely will enjoy
And
it.
it's something that we both don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And on top of it, you love blues music.
Oh, yeah, I do.
So it's gonna be even a better show.
Oh, yes.
Just
I am
because of that.
excited. So let's get down to the show. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No
I appreciate
problem.
it. I was kind of excited to be here today. So
So pretty much we're gonna go way back because how we're gonna do it, this one right here, we're probably gonna get a lot of information out of you.
Yeah.
Because I'm very intrigued. Where did you grow up at? And then what town and city and stuff like that for come off?
You want to know where I was born?
Yeah.
I was born in Chicago,
Oh,
but never lived in Chicago. I was 2 days old. I was adopted by a preacher, and we pretty much lived around the Elkhart area.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's,
so you pretty much grew up in Elkhart, Indiana, huh?
right.
Actually, it's a great town.
Mhm.
I do like Elkhart. So from there, you went to high school at Elkhart and everything else. Did you go to college for being a radio host?
No, never went to never went to college. In fact, well, I'm sure you're going to ask me, but I never even planned to do this show. That's what's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Really. I mean,
So how'd you get into it though?
well, there was a friend of mine that was doing a reggae show there at WVPE, and he called me one day and says, "Hey, Harv, they're looking for a host for this show." And this is exactly what I said. I said, "Man, I don't know nothing about no radio,
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, you just come on up and talk. I'll run the buttons." He stayed for me for about 2 weeks, and the rest is history. I mean, he's not even there anymore,
Oh, yeah, I'll last this guy.
But he's actually he went to Notre Dame because he does a reggae show at Notre Dame.
Okay.
Really?
They have a radio station at Notre Dame.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a Notre Dame fan. I didn't even know.
Didn't
Yeah.
know that myself.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I've learned something new every day.
Yeah.
So when you did the radio, it was for reggae.
No,
Or
no,
was
no,
it for
no.
blues?
It was for blues.
It was for
yeah,
blues? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you got there, how nervous were you?
Well, I was a little nervous, but I don't know. The microphones never bothered me. In fact, that's kind of why he asked me, because he saw me in a band, and he, we did blues, but we also mixed Rolling Stones and Jay Giles, different things up.
I mean, it's still
And
blues.
so that's why he probably said, "Hey, Harv, you'd like to do this show," And so, after the week or so, the manager, approached me and said, "Hey, you want to be the host of this show?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll take it over." But when I got there, I knew who Muddy Waters was. I knew who B.B. King was.
Yeah.
I knew who Freddie King was, Albert King. But since then, there's so much history. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, and I've learned so much, and I don't, hey, I've never professed to be a blues scholar.
Yeah.
I love the blues. It's my passion. And I'm trying to do my part to keep it alive. That's,
And I'm sure you, once you got in that position, you were more than happy to learn about different aspects of blues music, the genre itself.
Yes.
What did you? What was the first few things that you learned as you were, I don't know, getting yourself used to being on radio?
Exactly. Gotta explain. I'm sorry. Learned. You mean about the blues?
Just about blues music in general.
Oh, well, like I said, I learned that I really didn't know a lot about the history of the blues, and that's where I learned so much, history. I mean, some of this stuff goes back to 1928, or even earlier, and then you learn too that all music that we're listening to comes from the blues. Now, a lot of people don't know that, but that's what's really what's going on there.
That's the base of it, the foundation of the music that we have today. Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know that and don't realize the music that they listen to these days, or any genre,
right,
has spawned on from blues itself. So it's been a big component of all music in general.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Do you think you fell in love with blues music because you said you worked on the railroad?
Yeah.
And how most blues people
tie into it.
I know that kind of ties right into it a little bit.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Well, it doesn't tie into it, but how most people always say you feel the blues when you're just walking the pretty much the train.
Right.
The rails.
Or when you're
when you're working,
spiking. I worked with guys that they sang blues when they would spike and everything, but here's how I came across how blues came to me. It's a kind of long story, but
it's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, we got time. We have time.
Like I said, I was born in Chicago, but never lived in Chicago. And so anyway, I walked in this record store one day, and I was listening to, I'm talking about Led Zeppelin, Mountain, different groups like that, and I walk in this record store and I see this album called B.B. King Live at Cook County Jail, 1970, Chicago, Illinois. And, I really didn't know too much about B.B. King, but the reason why it stuck to me is because I was born in Cook County, Chicago.
Okay.
So I picked it up. But when I when I put the album on the turntable and listened to it, I said, man, the words just, they said, this is my life. I could relate to it.
Exactly. And I've seen that video too. I mean, a video of that whole thing that he did for Cook County Jail. That was really cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But that album is the one that really got me involved. But that's how I kind of got involved with the blues. It wasn't really the railroad.
No, but
I
always say that.
But the railroad, it was like I said, I didn't build the train. I built the track. So we, at that time we didn't have air compressors or all that. We
was all manual labor.
Yeah, it was all manual labor. Yeah. I mean, So
wow.
Yeah.
I see.
Even brutal.
No, that's what built America, though. If you think about it, man, just the manual labor,
right?
That everybody that lived here put into this country,
right?
And it goes to show you how much time has changed,
right,
over the years. So I mean, we were just talking about the watches and things of that, and technology before we got on air,
right?
But all this stuff has changed so much,
big time, yeah. And, a lot of people don't even realize how the Elkhart Yard is one of the biggest yards in the country. I mean, it's huge. It's 5 miles long, has 72.5 tracks across. This is where they classify to go east, west, or wherever, and that's where they make they connect the trains.
Yeah, oh yeah,
you
that's,
know?
where
yeah.
that's where the main hub's at.
And so yeah, it's a huge place, you know. And but I spent 20 years in that yard, and I can even remember the the track I got injured on. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know, it was a bad accident, you know. But
How long did you work at the railroad?
20 years.
20 years for
Yeah,
that?
and I would have done 30 there and then retired. But like I said, I got
The
injured.
injury.
Yeah.
After you get injured, they don't really want you too much. You
Yeah.
know? I mean,
How bad was the injury?
it was a bad.
bad.
I mean, it was bad. And the thing that's kind of wild about the whole day I got injured, it was April Fool's Day.
Was it really?
So they didn't believe you at first? It was like calling
Yeah.
calling Wolf. I'm hurt. I'm injured.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not.
Yeah,
April
right.
Fool's us.
You're not getting us with that one.
But
Harv.
yeah, yeah, you're not getting out of work. So anyway, that day I go into work, and the you know, top man says, "Hey, I want you to take this truck and take a guy to Detroit and pick up a, you know, like it was a mechanic truck, you know, for the gang. You know, I mean, a lot of these gangs I worked in, there was 50 guys in the gang. We rode in buses, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all that. But anyway, I got to about Bristol or something on the toll road. All of a sudden, they called me on the radio and said, "Hey, you got to get back to Elkhart Yard right away." Well, I didn't question it. I mean, I was a little bummed out because I thought I had a hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but hey, anyway, so I got in the yard. I called them and said, "Hey, I'm here," and they said, "You got to get over here and get these guys working," because they had officials from Philadelphia up in the tower. Here's 20 guys just standing there not doing anything. Well, and so I drive up to where these guys are in this machine. I said, "Hey, man, I'm not qualified on this. I've never seen this. I mean, this thing had so much strength, it could take a tie under the track and, you know, take it out and then put it back in. I mean,
that's real power right there.
And so anyway, they said, "Well, you know, just get them going, and then we'll get someone to." Well, you know how that goes.
Right.
They never get nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that afternoon, that's when the accident. I don't know if the guy hit the wrong button or whatever, but he put my foot right up against the rail, and the foot stopped, and the leg just went over. And yeah, it was a bad accident. In fact, they had to carry me over 8 tracks to get me to the ambulance, you know.
Oh, really? Wow.
And at that time, I was still smoking cigarettes, and so I'm laying in the track. I look up and I go, I know I'm bad. I'm in bad shape.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, "Hey, light me a cigarette." These people said, "Man, he's got to be in shock, because I'm asking for a cigarette." And then the ambulance drivers come up, and they, they don't ask no questions. They just start cutting. I had coveralls on, because it was cold.
Right.
And but one of the ambulance drivers says, "Hey, aren't you old Harv?" Well, one of the division engineers standing there, and he goes, "Now this this he knows everybody,
Yeah.
And but anyway, they take me to Elkhart General, and they didn't give me anything for a while. For a while, your body kind of protects you. You know. Well, we got to. I still had them Carhartts on zippers, So they said, "Oh man, we can't. We got to get them off you." Well, every time they turned me, by that time, I was hurting.
No, I bet.
And finally, the doctor comes in and says, "Hey, tonight at 7:00, I'm putting a rod in your leg." He said, "Man, your leg's busted up so bad, I can't put a cast on this."
Yeah.
And so it was a bad accident, but sometimes I wonder maybe if how things work in life.
Yeah.
Because I got to do more radio, and
put you on that path. Where you're supposed to be. So
yeah, that's right.
It definitely lines you up.
Well, at my age now, I mean, we all, when the older you get, the more you know what you're supposed to be doing in life. And I know this is my calling. I mean, even though I never planned to do it, it was a path that
Definitely.
someone put out there for me to take.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
How old were you when you got on the radio?
Let's see. Well, I was probably about 30 years old, you know.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, 42 years. So
Yeah.
yeah, something like that, you know. But yeah. So I was young, and but you know, it was something that intrigued me, you know. I mean, I'd listen to radio and say, "Hey, man, that'd probably be a neat job," but I never
Thought about it.
pursued it.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? And
I understand where you're going with that, because that is an awesome feeling where it comes from something that you had a bad experience happen to you,
right,
and all of a sudden another door opened with this.
that's right.
And you're killing it, people, and you love it. And I will always, this is one thing I will take from my dad. He always said, you got to love your job. If you don't love your job, then why do it?
That's right. I agree there.
And he's a plumber, and he says, you don't do it for the money. You do it because you love doing it and helping
right.
people. You love doing it because you love the music.
Right.
You love the feeling.
That's right.
And
yeah,
that's an
and
awesome
and you
thing.
know, I volunteered for 8 years.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we became National Public Radio, and the manager goes, "Hey, we got to have 5 people on a payroll, you know, to become National Public Radio. So we're going to put you on payroll." I said, "What?" Well, hey, he gave me $5 an hour, but you know, of course, I'm making more now.
Right,
But, I mean,
right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He gave me $5
That's
an
where it
hour.
started,
I figured, hey, that's better, you know. And it's something I didn't have, you know, and so that's how I volunteered for a lot of years, you know, just because, like I said, it was I think I'm doing my part to keep this music alive, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like it's dying to an extent? I mean, as far as blues music, I mean, I know an older generation listens to it, and then some younger generations catch on to it.
Right.
But is it something that is dying or slowly, I don't know, falling off the airwaves?
Yeah, I don't think blues will ever die,
Yeah.
you know, as long as people's got problems, you know, they're gonna
Right.
I mean, but you're right, though. The young is not taking it over. Even
Yeah.
B.B. King was concerned that the young just weren't getting into it. But eventually, right now we've got some good up and coming blues artists that are. I mean, they're young and they want to keep it alive.
Oh, that's good.
And they've got, you know, they got old souls. You know what I mean? Where they sound good. You know, so. Any of them new cats that come aboard, I play because, you know, they're gonna keep it alive.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear.
I say, even when Nardo has when he does some music, he gets it from Detroit or Chicago for bluish type. I think he had Black Joe Lewis, and I'm not really sure if he had Buddy Guy or not. Or that was just someone that played here when they had a blues and barbecues or something like that.
Yeah.
I think Buddy Guy played in St. Joe down there on that stage, but
yeah, I think I believe I remember that, you know.
So I mean, people know what blues music is.
Oh yeah.
People love it.
Yeah.
And because you probably have met, you probably did meet B.B. King.
Yes.
And did you tell him about his buying his record, and that turned you on to blues music?
Oh yeah.
How did he treat that? Did he?
Well, he appreciated
it.
In fact, he said, you know, for you, I'm going to stand up because you play my music, you know, and because he was setting up, you know. But one thing that made B.B. King is that every night, even though if he was tired and didn't want to, he took time to talk to the people, maybe sign a few autographs, you know, whatever. I mean, and that's what really made BB, because he was friendly and he brought people, and he kind of it wasn't, you know, he brought the old and the young the blues, you
Yeah.
know, and really, but
So that's what
yeah,
keep,
you
that's
know,
what keep people engaged when artists
oh yeah,
actually lend out, I mean, reach out and talk to you, have a conversation with you after they played a show or at their website, the case may be. Uplifting for a fan to see that. Yeah,
yes,
keeps them, like I said, keeps them engaged. So
yeah, and it's something that you won't forget when
Yeah,
you leave.
definitely,
You know,
definitely.
you'll say, you know, it's just like when I was with the Elwoods, you know, we kind of approached it different than some bands. I mean, we played a lot of songs where there was people got to sing, got to clap. But you know what? That's what people want. They want to be entertained. And so when they leave there, they're going to say, hey, I got to, you know, they're going to talk
Yeah.
about you, you know,
yeah.
I mean, and not hoping not bad, but you know what I mean? They're going to
Yeah.
talk about you because they had a good time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're, hey, this band knew I was there. They let me sing. They let me
Yeah.
clap. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's what people want, really.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. They want to be entertained, you know, so, but
I forgot you were in the Elwoods, weren't you?
yeah, I was
Yeah.
in Elwoods for 21 years, you know, and that band was together all together 30 years. And,
Really?
And yeah, not of course, not all the same members, but I mean, it, the guy is another, the guy that really kept the band together. He has a band now called PT and the Cruisers. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
No, that's a cool
Yeah.
PT and
name,
the
though.
Cruisers? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard them. I've seen them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
Anyway,
they
that's
played Venetian a couple times.
okay. Yeah. And yeah, he keeps that band busy too. But yeah, he's the one that really kept that band together, you know. And yeah, it was I really did it to honor my friend that started that band, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, when he passed away, they came to me and said, hey, you know, why don't you come aboard? I said, no. I just didn't want to step in his footsteps. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that next year they tried out 5 different, you know, I mean, 5 vocalists, probably better singer than me or whatever, but it just didn't click. So they came back and said, hey, you know, James always wanted you to do this, you know, are you going to come aboard? I said, I had to think about it, you know, because I was working and, you know, radio and everything. And so they kind of, Paul, the leader of the band, kind of said,
Yeah.
oh, well, if you come out for 4 gigs, we'll pay you half a cut.
I think it's his.
Yeah. You want to do this to your back of your microphone?
Oh, just for the back of the
The
cord.
plug.
Oh, just push
Push
in
it
the
in.
cord.
Oh, push it in.
Yeah, I think it's coming out. There we go.
yeah,
There we
okay,
go.
yeah,
we
well,
got
I
it.
mean, what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
crackling. Yeah.
But anyway, you know, he said, hey, if you come out, see what, you know, so I did 4 gigs and I said, okay, I'll do it. And, you know, the entertaining on the stage is different because you can see the people, where in the radio, you don't know if there's anybody out there
Exactly.
listening.
Yeah.
So when you turn on that mic, you got to be, you know,
Yep.
hey, you know, everything's beautiful in my life. You know what I mean? Even
Yeah.
though maybe it's not, you know,
Right.
I mean, you got to be on, you know,
Definitely.
and, but it's a different form of entertainment.
Yeah.
But
Wow. I can imagine that would be a little, I mean, you don't know if anybody's listening to you, and still you put on a show for whoever's listening.
right.
And
And
yeah.
like I said, though, you're in a studio by yourself. You know, I don't have a producer. I mean, it's not like
Really?
commercial stations.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
me. When I go in there, I unlock the station because I go from satellite to live for me, and then when I leave, I lock the
He
building,
does.
and they go back to satellite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're mostly a news station, you know, talk. It's talk and news during the week, you know, and the weekends, it's my show, and then there's a folk show and a jazz show, and
Okay.
you know, but
That's cool though.
yeah,
So the Elwoods, was it after the Blues Brothers?
I think it was probably before the Blues Brothers,
Before?
you know, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I always loved watching those.
Oh, that's my favorite, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that movie is
Especially since they actually were really a blues band. On
Right.
top of it, after
Yeah.
right.
they actually toured
yeah.
after that movie even made, but they were still part of that.
Yeah.
That whole thing, and that was actually I didn't know that until probably probably a couple years later when I thought Blues Brothers, they really are touring. They really are going out
Right,
playing that
right.
music and in that band, and they're killing it.
And Matt Guitar Murphy, which was he's a blues guy.
Yep.
He was in that band.
Yeah.
And then the scene on Maxwell Street where John Lee Hooker, and that's Pine Top Perkins on the piano, Willie Big Eyes Smith on the drums, and Big Walter Horton on the harmonica. What I'm trying to say is, Pine Top always told me, he says, "Man, John Lee Hooker made all the money. We're just, you know what I mean?" So,
yeah.
But Pine Top was a good friend of our family.
Oh, really?
He stayed in our house, and he just he passed away at 97. In fact, one of the last gigs I seen him, he was 95 playing at the Livery.
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
And he kept playing until he passed away.
That's the true love right there.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
it's the
true
same
love.
thing with Duke Tomato.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he's actually going to be at the Sandbar
You're right.
Yeah.
this weekend at
Is it the Friday?
No, it's Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
Saturday, because
Yeah.
the freak show's on
Yeah.
Friday. But he's playing Saturday night outside,
That's that. I
and
love
he's
going
gonna start jamming. And people said, "I am gonna go see Duke probably Saturday." And they said, "He's still playing?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
he's 80, and he's like 78 or something like
Yeah.
that." But
And a lot of people
Still
didn't
playing.
know that Duke started out in the REO Speedwagon.
Yeah, yep.
Before, and I mean, he got out of the band before they really made it big.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
that's
right.
the only thing. But he
Yeah.
still played a lot of their songs,
Right.
and he knew,
oh yeah.
and he knows a lot of the band members still. But
Right.
my thing was when I said, "Yeah, he's still rocking it out, and he's still jamming away and wearing his red shoes."
Yeah.
He still does, doesn't he? Yeah.
And red shoes.
Yeah.
His red
You know,
shoes.
Yeah.
But so
And it's fun talking to him too when he's like in between sets. And he'll come in and say something and pass out a CD or something like that. It's really
Right.
cool to
Yeah.
sit down and talk to him.
right. Yeah. I like some of his songs,
Yeah.
like "Tie Me Up," and
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
that's a standard. I mean,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
you're going to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you want to hear it or
Yeah,
not, you're
yeah,
going to hear it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And people, he draws a crowd too. He
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
keeps
Oh,
them
yeah.
entertained too.
Yeah, he's been around for a
Yeah.
long time. He lives in Indianapolis,
Yep.
and he was writing for the Bob and Tom, like on Wednesday,
Oh,
he'd do
really?
the Bob and Tom show, and he'd write a lot of songs about the NFL,
Yep.
on
Oh,
the
I
Bob
didn't know
and
that.
Tom.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Something that,
Yeah.
wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
I never liked Bob and Tom, but I did like when they just talked.
Right. Yeah.
Some of their stuff is really raunchy. I'd rather listen to Howard.
Yeah.
Stern.
Yeah.
That's just me. With all the music out there, what did you? What was your first show that you ever seen?
Probably Sun Seals. It was they called him the Bad Axe, and he was on Alligator Records. In fact, Bruce Inglar, the president of Alligator Records, his first artist was Hound Dog Taylor and the House Rockers, a 3-piece band. It was raunch and roll, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But people loved them,
Yeah.
Second guy was at Sun Seals, and I went to a club called the Vegetable Buddies. It was downtown South Bend, and I saw Sun Seals, and then of course BB King, and the list goes on and on. But I also was I had the station didn't have any money, so I went out and made my own cards. So I'd go to some of these artists,
Yeah.
like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I'd go, I went up to his big bodyguard and said, "Hey, can I just say hi to Stevie Ray?" He goes, "Well, wait a minute here." He goes, "Yeah, Stevie Ray said, come on up." And so I talked to, and he thanked me for playing his music other than The House is Rocking,
Yeah.
because I don't play The House is Rocking. I play, like his other stuff,
Yeah.
because House is Rocking, you can hear that on any
That's
rock
true.
station
Any
Right,
or
rock
whatever,
station.
right.
you know what I mean?
You're playing more of the B-side stuff.
Right. right. And he was really nice, and of course, too on,
Yeah.
and but yeah, he was, and his the fat. You ever heard of Fabulous Thunderbirds?
Yep.
Jimmy Vaughn
Jimmy
was,
Vaughn.
and he opened up that day for
Oh, really?
the Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Yeah.
and his last show was Robert Cray, Jimmy Vaughn, Buddy Guy, Eric Clapton, and Stevie Ray, and the way I mean, this is hearsay, but I mean, what I hear is that, Buddy Guy and Eric Clapton especially, saying, "Hey, how am I going to follow this guy?" They said that it was like he knew this was his last show. That, I mean, he just was burning up the stage, you know what I mean? But that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to
Exactly.
play
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's your last show,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But I mean, Eric Clapton, these people are going, "Hey, how am I supposed to follow this?" Buddy Guy's, "Oh, come on, man, do your, be yourself." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And but yeah, unfortunately, we lost him, but we still got a lot of his good music,
Yeah.
And,
He can, man, that guy can wail on the
oh
guitar.
boy, yeah,
Man.
yeah,
And he could. I mean, he could just play the guitar like it's no tomorrow.
right.
Some of the things he used to do, even with playing the guitar, a lot of people were trying to act like him.
Right.
Like how, Michael, they always say, Jimmy, he can play the guitar as no tomorrow,
Right.
and just rock it out. And they said, yeah, but Stevie Ray can play better than Jimmy probably could. Jimmy just had a couple of great moments that made him who he was.
Right. And before he passed away, he was gonna actually get out of that purple haze and all that. He was gonna start playing blues,
Didn't he start off playing blues?
Yeah. But I mean, he was gonna go
back
back
to
to
the
his roots,
yeah.
and kind of get out of the the stuff that he did.
Right.
And
he died at a young age.
27.
Yeah.
He was in the 27 club.
Yeah. Janis Joplin.
Yeah, I was gonna
Janis
say
Joplin, yeah.
Jimmy Moore or Jim
Morrison,
Morrison.
yeah.
He's part of the 27 club.
Yeah.
And then all those artists were great artists too.
Oh, yeah.
Great artists.
Mhm.
Died really, man, that's terrible just to think about that. I mean,
That whole
who
decade.
knows where they could have led that genre to a different level,
Right.
and how much they will learn over the years as artists or musicians in that case.
Mhm.
That would have been great to see. Great to see.
Oh man. Yeah, just think where Stevie Ray would have been. I mean, because when he passed away, man, he was
I think he was not even hitting his A game yet.
right.
He was just he was just thriving, and I think he could have done a lot more and a lot better.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, even the other ones are hit 27, and the only one I don't think Janice could have kept up with her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she could have kept up with her voice after probably 30, because I think it would have been shot.
Yeah.
The raspy. Yeah.
I don't think she could have kept on going how she was singing.
You never know, though. You never know.
Yeah.
Never know.
Too much whiskey. Yeah.
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 Overindulgence of
Yeah,
anything could be catastrophic.
Yeah. Big Brother and the holding company. Was her band, and stuff, But yeah.
Is there anybody that you wish you could see?
Well, there's a lot of people that I'd like to see, but there's some people that I saw that's not here anymore that I wish I could see again, like Albert Collins. Albert Collins is one of my favorites. And the thing about Albert Collins, why I guess I loved him so much, besides his music, he never forgot where he came from. I mean,
I like artists like that.
It was Canned Heat, which we all know Canned Heat, that really got him exposed, because he was going up and down the road and, no one was watching him, no one buying the records or whatever, and, but I remember one time at Park West, it was a CD release party, and his dressing room was full of people. And, I said, "Hey, Albert, if we could get a picture with you, we'll get out of your hair." and he grabbed me and said, "Hey, man, don't you ever think you're in my hair? Because if it wasn't for people like you and my listeners, where would I be?" You know,
Man,
and,
that's
That is
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome
and
right
that
there.
I never forgot that. You know,
That is
I
awesome
mean,
right there.
you know, and I said, "Hey, man, this man, you know, he knew where he came. You know,
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
gets it.
Yeah,
He gets
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
That's
Wow.
mad respect.
Yeah,
Right.
that is.
That is mad
Right.
respect.
Yes.
Right.
So far, every single person that you've talked about loves what you do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, being on the radio for 42 years, you probably picked up a lot of cool friends, a lot of people that respect you for what you do, like you just been saying.
Right.
And that has to be a humble feeling, especially when you go up to around people, especially like us here.
Hmm.
We're respecting you of your stories and everything you're telling us right now, what you've been through.
Right.
We're hoping we can do that, what we're doing now,
Right.
as how people are treating you.
Right. Well, you know, but the thing is, I feel honored. You know, I mean, and you know, like people say, "Oh, Harv, you're a legend." I'm no legend. I'm just old Harv. You know, and I don't want to be a legend. I don't want to be, you know, a celebrity or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you know, it comes with the doing the
does.
show, but,
Right.
but you know what I mean? But the thing that's made the Blues Review, this is what I say from the heart. I mean, I say it from my soul, my heart and soul, that it's definitely the music, because not everybody plays the blues. But the biggest thing, and I believe this even 42 years later, that I'm the same person right here with you that I am there.
Yeah.
I don't try to be nobody. I mean, it's just, you know, I got a talent to do it. I mean, you know, and I didn't know I had this, you know, but
Definitely. I can definitely
you know,
relate to that.
you know, I got a little. Hey, I'm spiritual, so
Yeah.
I'll say that I feel like it was a God gift. You know what
Right.
I mean? And sometimes I feel like he led me where I'm at. I mean,
definitely.
and I know some people don't. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I do believe in that. I do.
Yeah.
Trust me. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about, especially how we're doing this for the people.
right?
And so, like, people don't know who you are. If they did, they like to hear other stories that they don't know,
Right.
and what what we're bringing up to people around that can keep on watching us with
Mhm.
doing
And-
other
and-
stuff.
Just having this on, I mean, live, it's always going to be there.
Right.
If people want to go back and, hey, let's see old Harv on the old Third Eye Truth There podcast and what he had to say about
Yeah.
his life
Mhm.
and what he went through to get where he's at. So that right there is a definite positive. If you think about it, just having that information out there for anybody that loves to do what they're doing.
Right.
This is what we bring out. So
Right.
it's an honor having you on.
Well, it's an honor to be here.
We appreciate it so much.
Thank you both for having me.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
Oh, thank you. Yes, because the funny thing is, I do listen to the show. That I haven't listened to radio in a while lately, but I have caught your
Yeah.
show. Ever since when Lauren Essick took me
right.
to Martha's, and I'm trying to get that man to go to Martha's, but it's not the same like it used to.
No.
But it's just a cool vibe. It's a cool little dive bar
Right.
that's been there since the rolling, pretty much, prohibition.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
They
it's a
just
history.
celebrated their 100th year
Yeah.
a couple of years
Yeah.
ago. You know,
It's
and
a
The
history.
Roaring 20s.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That
Yeah.
100 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, Albertina, that was really the well, you know, she ran the place.
Yeah.
Her mom was also a bartender, and was even on the Johnny Carson show.
Oh, really?
Oh,
You know, and the
it's his
oldest
phone.
bar.
No, your phone's vibrating.
Oh.
Scott, actually, no, you're all right. Scott's looking and he hears it.
I was wondering what that sound was too. No worries.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
I knew what it was. I mean, I heard it and I saw it. I wasn't paying attention to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that place just, because I was telling them about it,
Yeah.
and that's where I met you for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And that place is in the middle of a neighborhood and it looks like a house. it's built like a house.
Mhm.
Right. I mean, you walk in, you're like going into a living room.
Yeah.
And then they have sliding doors that open up,
And then
and that it extends on to like a dance floor where the bands play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of the traveling bands or regional bands, they drive up and go, "What kind of a place is
Yeah.
this?"
Oh, really?
And all they see is the pool table and
Yeah.
everything. And then they, like you say, they open that door.
Yep.
And man, that room has what a feel it has. You know, I mean, a lot of good people have played there, and it just has that Chicago
Yep,
feel.
a lot of Chicago feeling.
Yeah,
It does.
yeah.
I'll give you that. It does. And
Mhm.
and it's on 3rd Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just go to 3rd Street. You'll
Yes, go to
find
3rd
us.
Street, you'll see the yellow
Last
house.
the yellow house.
It's yellow, isn't it? Is it still yellow?
No,
No?
it's white.
It's
Oh,
white.
White
I
House.
couldn't
Yeah,
remember.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it says the Midway.
Yeah.
It has a sign. And,
Yeah.
you know, Midway Tavern, and it's right in the neighborhood. So
That's what I'm saying.
sometimes it's hard to find a parking place.
I
Yeah.
wonder
you
how
know.
to get away with that.
Yeah,
Sound, man, just being
It's just been there forever.
yeah.
right.
They grandfathered it in.
So
Yeah.
they have every right to do it. That's
I
good.
mean, it's been there for so long.
100
Mhm.
years
Yeah.
long.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. And you know, Chicago's same thing. A lot of them clubs are in neighborhoods
Yep.
where, man, it's hard to find a
Mhm.
parking place. You know.
Yeah.
And but
That's good to
Yeah.
have places like that around
oh yeah.
that cater to live music because
Right.
we don't even have that many places anymore, do we? Two
For us here,
Sandbar besides Sandbar?
no, Livery.
Livery, yeah.
Livery always does live music.
2.
We used to have Czars.
Didn't
but
Mickey's Pub used to?
Yeah,
do
they used to. They don't. They don't
I-
do
yeah.
anymore.
I
They had
know.
a huge they had a
Yeah.
nice size stage too.
The
And
stage
Mhm.
actually still there. It's where
Yeah.
all the video games
Right.
are at
Yeah.
now.
Right.
And then Czars, Livery, Acorn. If you go towards
it's just naturally like in the St. Joseph Ben.
St. Joe Van
yeah.
Hart, then yeah,
Only
it's-
two,
It's only
three?
two.
2.
It's only
That's
2
a
left.
Sad thing.
And Tom's trying. I mean, I love Tom for him loving live music.
Yeah.
Like you love your blues. You keep
Right.
it going.
Right.
Tom wants live music to stay alive, and I love that.
Are you talking about for Czars?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Back
yeah.
when Czars used to have it,
Yeah.
but now he does it outside, and he does shows inside.
yeah.
Right.
Inside in the winter, he does shows inside. It gets
Right.
loud, but he still keeps live music alive.
Yeah. I've seen some good shows at Czars. you
Yeah.
know,
I did
and,
too. I mean,
yeah.
hopefully we can bring it back.
But yeah, he tries to keep the music.
Oh yeah,
alive.
he
That's-
I mean he used to travel so much to go see the different he'd go to St. Louis,
Mhm.
New Orleans, Memphis,
Texas.
Texas. He will drive anywhere just to hear a live band play, and he enjoys it so much.
Right. Right.
And
yeah.
that right there, I don't know, just to keep it alive around here is
Mhm.
it says a lot about him and
Oh,
his
yeah.
love for the live music.
Yeah.
Well, I like to go to see live music. Like I would go to Martha's, or even when I used to go with Jamie back a couple of years ago, she took me to Indy,
Mhm.
and I said I love live music, and we still go to a couple live music clubs down in Indy. So she took me to the Noodle.
Slippery Noodle.
Yeah, she took me to the Noodle.
Yeah.
And she said, "You're gonna love this place."
Oh,
and
yeah.
man, I did. I fell in love with the Noodle. Every time I go back down to Indy, I always got to go to the Noodle,
Right.
just because it's another live place venue and they play good music.
Yeah. And they have 2 stages.
Yep,
so,
one
you
in
know,
the back
One
and
gets
one- yep.
done, you know, then you go back to the back.
Yeah.
And Kingston Mine in Chicago, same thing they do.
Same
They
thing,
have
yeah.
2
I
stages.
forgot about that place.
And they're open till 5 in the morning, you know.
Yeah.
And
It's
That's a
Chicago.
long
then you
shift
go
right there.
next door and get
It's a
then
long
you go
shift.
next door and get your big burrito or something.
Yeah.
Get some breakfast
Yeah,
food,
yeah.
breakfast burrito on the way out
Yeah.
when you go.
Uh,
I never stayed out till 5 in the morning.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be extra tired after
I
that.
don't know if I could. I would have to start like at midnight.
There's a couple times I've seen the sun rise. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen the sun rise
Yeah,
a couple
yeah,
times in my
yeah.
life. Yes.
Yeah.
But I never party till 5 in the morning.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. well,
I'm usually so okay, I'm done. I can't handle this.
I don't think my body will let me do that
Yeah.
anymore.
I don't think your body let you stay out anymore.
No, I'm so comfortable staying out of the bar scene because I'm always there anyway.
I know.
You I'm always there. I'm always working. I bartend, so
Oh, you bartend?
yeah, at Czars. So not Czars, but I did Czars for a while.
Oh, okay.
But I'm Sandbar now. So
Okay.
yeah, we do. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of music there
Right.
in the last 5 years, and a lot of music at Czars too. So that would really turn me on to live music. Thank you, Tom, for doing that for me, hiring me, getting me in there, and had a new appreciation for live bands.
Right.
Smaller bands. It was great to see some bands I've never heard of actually perform and give me that feeling of, I don't know, that childhood feeling of pure bliss, I guess. if that's the way you want to describe
deep
it.
with that one.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what it made me feel. I'm like, man, music hits the soul.
Yeah. Oh,
It's the soul in different ways for different people, but it definitely, like, stirred up this childhood love for something. You know what I mean? So it was pretty cool to see.
I do respect you on that, because
I don't share it, but but a lot of times I got stuff going on in my life.
Yeah.
I'll play a song to relate to me, but I don't have to tell, the world that.
Right.
I just have to, but you know, that show has done a lot of things for me,
Yeah.
I mean, when I've had a hard week and I go in there, because that's my happy place, and I love to, you know what I mean? I love to be
peace.
there.
It brings peace to
Right.
you. Yeah, I can totally relate to that.
Right. Yeah.
And so, I mean, it gets you away from everything else
Right.
and you just focus on things that you love doing.
That's
so,
right. That's right.
And that's you know what? As much as I say it, this is what this does to me. Having this spot right here, because I mean, for two days out of the week, I have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things moving,
Right.
work, personal things in my life,
Mhm.
and just to come here and just be able to talk,
Right.
gets that, and it brings that joy to me again.
Mhm.
Joe, don't you start getting all teary-eyed over there.
Oh, yeah, you're emotional.
Well, I've tried to make the Blues Review. I've tried to make it a community show.
Yeah.
I mean, I bring bands in there to play live, so they, and then I give a segment every show called the Blues News.
Yeah.
Blues News is good blues news. It's not,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, and also when I get a call, or people request a song, if I have it, I always play it, because you know what? You never know what that song's doing for that person.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they have a reason for calling. Sometimes they just want to hear a tune, but there's other times there's something that going on that they want to hear, something that's they're gonna relate to.
I respect that how you just said that, because over on Saturday, I came out of somewhat retirement and DJ'd, and I always tell people I'll play it, because you never know, like you just said,
Right.
you never know how that they ask for that song. It's something's triggering them to, maybe it's emotion. Maybe they just want to hear it because they love that song to dance to in their
Right.
seat.
Right.
I don't care if they're out there on the floor. I like playing it because they asked for it.
Right.
They came up and asked for
yeah.
the song.
Yeah.
It makes them feel good.
That's
that they
right.
did it.
That's right.
And
And you know
understand
what? And even mentioning their name,
Yeah.
say, hey.
Oh, yeah.
this is
He
for
calls out
so-and-so.
the name.
Yeah.
And people were just giving them great compliments.
it was weird. It was a good. It was a good feeling, and I am going to do it this weekend again. So I mean, until Tom hates DJs, but it's better than.
We gave you good compliments.
He did.
I thought you were going to fail.
Yeah.
You didn't think I had it anymore?
I thought you were rusty.
I lost.
You lost a step.
Lost a step or two.
But and as the night went on, and he kept playing music, and I mean, just being I don't know, with the crowd and conversing with the crowd, and I'm like, man, all right, okay,
Yeah.
Joe, I see you.
Still
Good
had it.
job, man.
Oh, thank you.
But there's a lot of stations that, well, especially commercial.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hey, I'd like to hear this. Oh yeah, I'll put it on the list. They never get to
No,
it.
no.
And this is where I'll take time to play. And if I don't have it, I try to find it, and
Yeah.
I'll play it the next week or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, or even the next day. See, I'm on Saturday and Sunday. So
Yeah.
so if they call me Saturday and say, oh well, I don't really have that cut, but I'll
find it for you.
and I'm going to play it for you.
And then
know.
you'll give them a shout out. This is for
That's right,
such and
that's right.
such.
Yeah, I
Found that song for you.
when I first did DJing with CDs, because I used to go records to CDs,
Mhm.
and I used to make my own CDs and put them in my turntable and everything else.
Right.
And the funny thing is, I said, if I don't have it, I will find it next week, and you'll come back next week. I'll have that song for you.
That's right.
And it's a personal thing for that person. And
That's
so
right.
it shows that you want to. So next time, you always remember a face.
Right.
It's like him and people, he doesn't know people's names, but he doesn't know what drinks they want. And so you get that face, you go in and you play that song for him. Next time you see them coming in, you're queuing that song
Yeah.
up. And then you say, this song goes out to that person right there in that black shirt.
Right.
And they, oh, he did remember.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's a good feeling for people.
Yeah, and like I say, people feel good about it.
Yeah.
you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I definitely know what you mean on that.
You know,
it's
the world needs more of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I
I think
it'd
it'd be better place.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
much better
yeah,
place. If you
yeah.
actually help somebody get through a day or a tough day or a tough time in their life
Right.
with a song, so be it.
Mhm.
Do that and pass that happiness on, man.
But see, there's another thing where I say where there's days maybe something going on in my life that I really
Yeah.
don't feel like being there, you know, because something heavy, you know, or whatever.
Right.
But play a couple songs, and you know, that's my happy place. But when you turn on that mic, you know, you gotta, you know,
Definitely.
I could share a couple stories that.
Oh, we got another hour.
I know,
Old Harv.
but
We
I'm
got
saying,
another hour.
that
Share that-
I
share
could
that
share a couple
stories.
stories where you'd go, what? You know, I mean,
yeah.
you know,
Oh, we like to hear it.
yeah.
You can tell one on the next hour.
Yeah, right.
But I do have one question before
Yeah.
we get into that next hour. When you were first starting off, were you nervous as hell?
You know, yeah, I probably am a little bit, but you know, that's something that I don't know. That stage, you know, when the lowest point in my life, when I'd be on stage, everything was cool. But then when I got off stage, I had to get right back into reality. So the stage feels good to me, or you know, the radio, you know. So I don't, you know, yeah, I got nerves just like anybody else, but
that's a good thing. If you don't have that butterfly in your stomach
Right.
when you do
Oh,
something,
yeah.
and
Right.
it I don't know, it's just not real. If
Mhm.
I think it anyway.
Right.
If you don't have those nerves that come up when you ready to do something for someone or in front of a big group,
Right.
a big crowd of people, then you're not. It doesn't affect me.
Right.
It's not the same feeling for me.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
right. That's right.
So,
But,
oh, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You, what was your first place you played at? Do you remember for your band?
Ooh, yeah, it was there was a place on Cassopolis Street in Elkhart called the Side Door, and it's not there anymore. But you know, a few Southside Denny played there. You know, a few other
Nice.
bands, and but you know, like I said, we didn't play strictly blues. I mean, we played blues, but we also mixed Rolling Stones, Jay Giles, you know, different things like that in there, and roots music. I guess you know,
Good way of saying it.
whatever roots music, you know, and but yeah, that was one of the first places I ever played at, you know, and I got some other things I could tell you. Well, a lot of people wouldn't know that. I mean, some of the things that I've been through, and it's made me. But that's what's made me good on the radio.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a question from Scott. Scott actually wanted to know. You said you play some new blues era. Who are the artists that it's up and comers?
My favorite right now is DK Harrell, and he's on Alligator Records, and but he has that old soul, and he you know, he has a kind of a BB King feel. I mean, he's not trying to be BB King, but I mean, he has that feel, and that's one of my favorites. And there's there's a new kid out right now, a young Rill, and his real name is let's see, last name Davenport, but they call him Young Rill.
Yeah.
But anyway, you talk about an old soul. This guy, I mean, he's 19 years old, comes from
really?
Vicksburg, Mississippi, and he can blow a harmonica and play guitar, and his vocals are, you know, like, it's not, you know, it doesn't sound like a kid. You know? And so, you know, there's a few up and coming
write that down.
Yeah, Young Rail. Yeah.
Person that's watching also, Lexi, says, I'll just read her what she says. Does sitting behind the mic feel like stepping on stage? I imagine so.
Well, that's what I say. Is that it's two different. Feels good to step behind the mic.
Yeah.
But like I said, when you turn on that mic, or you don't know if there's anybody out there listening. You got to imagine that there's
tons of people listening. And
tons of people out there listening.
Yeah. You put
which there probably is. But I mean, you know what I mean? You don't know. You don't. Right. I mean, I'm in a studio by myself, and I don't have a producer. I don't have nobody there. It's just me, you know.
Yeah.
And but when I get on, you know, the stage, you can see the folks, and so
and how they react to.
Yeah, it's two different ways, you know. Of
I don't have any other question. I was just trying to get back to see what.
I think I have one more question before you get it. Who's your favorite blues band? Before we go into second hour.
Right now it's going.
That's a tough question.
And
that's a hard question because I enjoy so many.
Okay. But, how about this? Oh man, I can't even do that to you.
Well, I like, you know, here's, you know, a lot of people think blues is all guitar, but see, that will wear me out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't want to hear guitar all night long. I want to hear a harmonica. I want to hear a saxophone. I want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Organ. And that's what that's what I like. And I like horn bands, you know, like there's a few out there right now, Room Full of Blues. They've been around for 50 some years.
Yeah.
And of course, not the same members, you know, but
right.
They keep the name or whatever. And then, there's a group out there right now that I really enjoy. They're called the Anthony Paul Soar Orchestra, and they have a lead singer named Willie Jordan, you know. But, you know, there's a lot of guys. A band out of Chicago that I really like is the Mike Wheeler Band. They played my 40th anniversary.
Oh, really?
In fact, you know, in 1993, Coco Taylor played my 10th anniversary. My 15th was 1998, and it was Rod Piazza and the Mighty Flyers. My 20th was Larry McRae, he's a Michigan.
Yeah.
You know, he lives in Michigan.
Yeah.
And my 25th was his cousin named Michael Burks. Now, Michael Burks, he passed away real young at 54 years old, unfortunately. But that man, when he played at the Midway, we had him at a couple festivals, but he played the Midway. And the next day we went out to breakfast, and I said, you know, I just said, hey, I'm looking for a band for my 25th anniversary. And he put his fork down and he looked at me and says, Harv, I'd love to play that 25th anniversary of yours. And I said, well, if we can work out the money, you know, he goes, don't worry about the money. You just get me there because I want to play your 25th. This man came out, the band played 3.5 hours straight before he even took a break.
Wow.
Damn.
I mean, he went from blues to Santana to soul to, you know what I mean? And, but like I said, he loved to play, and I never imagined. I mean, you know, I knew he was going to give me a couple good sets, you know, but 3 hours
straight.
And then he sold a few CDs, got back on stage and played until the fire department, you know, hey, we got to get out of this building.
Yeah.
You know? But I'll never forget that, you know, what he did for me and the listeners. I mean, you know,
that's amazing.
And he was from Arkansas. And so when he got out of the van, he handed me a Arkansas Razorback football. It was signed by him and the band. And he says, here, Harv, have everybody sign this football. And so I still got it in my, I call it my blues room downstairs.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all kinds of signatures are
Oh, that's
in there,
cool. That's really cool.
And but anyway, then he played my 25th. My 30th was a piano player, a lady that played saxophone and piano. She also played at the Midway, Deanna Bogart, and she played at the Midway quite often.
Yeah.
And then my 35th was Billy Branch. He's a harmonica player. Billy Branch and the Son of Blues. In fact, he just celebrated his 75th birthday, and they gave him a proclamation of Chicago, Billy Branch Day, at the Chicago Blues
That's
Festival.
kind of cool.
Wow.
Well, he used to do blues in the schools. In fact, when I met Billy for the first time, it was at, have you ever heard of Willie Dixon? Willie Dixon, now he wrote for Muddy Waters, and he wrote for, Howlin' Wolf. And I mean, this list goes on and on and on. But when he passed away, we went to his celebration of life in Chicago, and Billy Branch had 2 like wagons with little kids with little harmonica players. And it was blues in the school, and
cool.
and educating him on the blues, But so that was but Mike Wheeler was my 40th. So he's one of my favorites out of Chicago. His bass player, Larry Williams, man, he's a show in himself. He just fills it all night long. But anyway.
All right, guys, we're at the top of the hour. We're gonna take a little break. All right, guys, this is the Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast, episode 196. I am James Gill, your host. Guys, we have a great guest on tonight. If you guys are watching, please hit the like button, all the platforms, and like, subscribe, even comment if you want to while we're doing our podcast, guys. Another thing, we're almost at the 200 episode for this podcast. We're still doing it strong every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Guys, please help us out by hitting that like, hitting that subscribe button. It makes us more relevant on the internet, and it gives us the algorithm something to talk about and show our videos. All right, guys, we have old Harv on the show tonight. Guys, if you like the show, like I said, once again, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, do all those things. Let's get back to the show, folks.
All right, Harv.
So the reason, are we on the?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're still on.
We're back on. We're back on.
All right. Actually,
Go ahead.
We have another question from the same person.
Oh,
if you could play with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh boy,
That's a tough question. That's a good question.
Probably one of the Kings, BB or Albert King or Freddie, especially Freddie. I mean, Freddie, he was, and it's wild because everybody thought they were all cousins or related, and they weren't. They
Not
were,
at all.
But BB and Albert were, they made a good name for themselves. And Freddie, he just, his approach to music was a little different. I mean, it was, he just put it in your face, where, BB did that too, but I mean, it was just a little different.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'd say maybe Freddie King. I like a lot of his songs, like Big Leg Woman with the short miniskirt.
I like the way that sounds.
Blues music, though. They're always creative.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
They're always creative. I mean, look at JR. All his songs, he rocks it. And all the stuff he writes about and sings about, it's all his feeling. And you could tell when he plays the guitar, you could tell when anybody plays blues music, how they feel.
We just talked about Michael Burks.
Yeah.
JR made a CD pretty much of Michael Burks' song because he loved Michael Burks so much, And JR, I tell you what, that man, he's got it.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a good blues man, a good singer, good guitar player, and writes some good stuff.
Yeah.
Has a little studio, but yeah, I love J.R. Clark, and he's going to be at the Kalamazoo Blues Festival coming up on July
That would be
10th
so
and
much fun to
11th.
go to. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I'm going to be the MC.
Oh, you really?
Yeah. They asked me to MC, so I'm going to go there.
That should be an honor and privilege right there for you.
Big time. Yeah, and I'll and a lot of the Friday night it's mostly Kalamazoo groups.
Yeah,
but Saturday night you got a lot of headliners, and but Resurrection, your friend, Rodney, Resurrection's going to open it up. But then you got Madeline and the Hunters now Out of Favor Boys. They're another Kalamazoo group, and I've had them on my show. But Mississippi Heat, they've been, they're from Chicago, and I've been playing their stuff for 30 or more years.
Oh, really?
And then Wayne Baker Brooks, I just had him on my show last weekend, and his dad's Lonnie Brooks, which, I don't know if you know about Lonnie Brooks.
What day is that'll land on?
That is this coming Friday and Saturday.
Oh,
yeah, and the Friday it starts at 5 o'clock and goes till 11 o'clock. Saturday it starts at 1 o'clock and goes till 11 o'clock.
Oh, really?
So I'm gonna have a long day.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the following week I'm emceeing the Firefighters Blues Festival, which is their 27th annual. It's the it's SDY Promotions and the Fires Association, and they do it for burn camps for kids. I mean, that's what they raise money for. But Rodney's going to be there. Also, you got a guy from Chicago named, he came from Germany, but he's a young kid, plays a great slide guitar. His name Stephen Hillensheim. And then you probably heard a Little Frank. He's going to be there, Little Frank and his premieres. And then, like I said, Wayne Baker Brooks is going to be there, and Toronzo Cannon, Toronzo Cannon, he drove CTA bus for, Chicago Transit. He drove it for 20 years before he retired. But he said that's how he got a lot of his songs. He just looked, by what's going on in the
area or surrounding him.
Driving the bus.
Yeah.
And that's,
I bet he saw a lot of things.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Stories on that, all the shit he's seen.
But there's some good festivals going on. And then, of course, you just brought up Lemon Creek.
Yeah, Lemon Creek.
They're going to do a blues bash, and that's going to be July 26th.
Yep.
And let's see, Resurrection's going to be there too. Also, Bobby Hunt and the Day Drinkers and the Q Sonics. So there's
I knew the Q Sonics were.
Yeah,
I didn't know about the second one.
Yeah.
Huh.
Man, that should be a good show.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Maybe I should get that off.
For the Lemon Creek one.
Yeah.
It's
I wish
cool
I would really love to see that like on the Saturday event on that, but that's too short of a notice. My schedule's already up.
Yeah, right.
Crap.
Anyway,
let me check that out. Yeah, definitely.
So I did know about you got recommended and put in the Hall of Fame for broadcasting.
Well, congratulations.
Well, 2012.
2012.
Bruce Singlar, president of Alligator Records, he nominated me. That doesn't mean
you're in, but it's a chance, though.
I got inducted for the public radio show of the year, and they give you an award. In fact, one of the other folks that was there, he wasn't there, but he got an award for Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones. He wrote a book, and they gave him a KB. What it is Keeping the Blues Alive Award.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're probably only going to get it once in your life, but because there's so many folks out there, that they're trying to recognize, But man, that blew me away when they said, "Hey, the guy called me. I was still working, and the guy came home for lunch, and I had Price is Right on, And anyway, the phone rang. Well, I thought it was my wife because she wasn't home. So, hello, and he goes, "Hey, I'm from the Blues Foundation in Memphis, and your show was picked as for the Blues." Public broadcasting show of the year, and can you make it to Memphis? I said, man, if I got to walk, I'm going to get to Memphis.
there you go, brother.
And anyway, yeah, and then a couple years ago, I had one hell of a year. And another thing, I never, I don't do this for awards, but it's nice to be recognized. But anyway, I got inducted to the Indiana Broadcasting Hall of Fame.
Really?
In Carmel, Indiana. And so you
Beautiful
said,
town,
did you go to school? Anyway, you have to have a little speech when you get up there. Well, I get up in front of all these people, and of course they got suits, and, and tie, ties, and they probably went to college for radio. Well, I started out my talk saying, hey, my path to radio is probably a lot different than yours, And I told them, I said, hey, I never even planned to do this. You know what I mean? It just fell in my lap, but I'm glad it did. And, I'm trying to keep this music alive. And, but anyway, then a couple weeks later, I went to Chicago and got inducted to the Chicago Blues Hall of Fame. And that really blew me away because of being born, it was kind of like a full circle thing, being born in Chicago. And in fact, when I got an email about it, I had to call someone in Chicago and say, hey, man, is this, is this really happening? And they said, oh yeah, Harv, that's yours. You got to get there. And, so anyway, right after my speech, guess who got on stage with the Mike Wheeler band? Buddy Guy.
Oh, wow.
It was at Buddy Guy's Legends.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And, but 17 people got inducted that day, but like I said, it was an honor, and it
makes you humble.
Yeah. It makes you humble. Yeah. But like I said, I don't do it I never plan to get awards, I do it because I love it, but it like I said, it's nice to be recognized.
Oh, definitely.
But
definitely.
It really blew me away though, to getting some of these awards, because, the
Chicago one is a big thing. The Chicago one's a big thing because I didn't know about that one.
Yeah.
Chicago one's a big thing because a lot of people say half of the blues came from Chicago.
Right.
So that is a big thing, getting it something from, and you being born in Chicago.
Yeah.
That had to really hit home. And
so can I go into a little something else about Chicago?
Go ahead.
I told you I was adopted by a preacher 2 days old. Well, when I was about 35, my wife went to O'Hare to go to North Carolina, had a 4-hour layover. She took my birth certificate and went through the Chicago phone book and found my birth certificate. Didn't even have a name on it. It said baby boy Ossie, which is a Syrian name, Ossey.
Okay.
Anyway, she located my real mother, and she had a little bar not too far from the White Sox ballpark,
Really?
And I used to go to the Chicago Blues Festival, and when the music was playing, sometimes I'd be looking in the air going, somewhere in this city could be my real mother, never imagined this would ever happen.
Right.
But anyway, I walk in this little bar called Family Ties, and we met, and so she said, hey, you got 3 sisters and a brother. Of course, not the same dad.
Right.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't even know who my dad is. She was 15 when she had me. But the night after we talked for a while, she says, hey, you got cousins and, people want to meet you. We go out this bar. It's full of people, and they're all going, oh yeah, you're definitely Kay's son. Even when she opened the door, I just couldn't believe, how much we looked at her. I mean, she didn't have a beard, but but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, that night, my grandmother walks in the bar, and she's bawling, comes up to me. And of course, I didn't know she was my grandmother until she told me. And, but she grabs my hand and says, hey, Harvey, I hope you can forgive me for all these years, because I was the one that made your mom give you up. My mom never wanted to give me up.
Oh, man.
And, so it did as much for her as it did for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, so it was, and we had 30 years together. She passed away in 2020, just before the COVID really stuck. In fact, her husband passed away when COVID, and we couldn't even have, you know, a celebration of life or whatever, you know, because of COVID, you know.
Wow.
But yeah, it was, and I'll tell you what, it really filled this.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
And the reason why that, you know, I'm just going to be honest with you. The Stoffers did some good things for me, but they couldn't relate to me, you know, and I
couldn't fill that void that you had.
They, well, a lot of people don't realize or don't know, and because I don't share it to everybody. I mean, I will if you want to talk about it, but yeah, I was at 14. They put me in a institution, you know, so I never had any teenage years. You know, I was in these institutions because they thought I was getting worldly, and all they did was throw me in the lion's den.
Wow.
But I survived all that. But finding my mom, I found out, hey, I was just really being me. You know, I mean, my personality. They just didn't like that. You know, they tried to suppress my personality all the time. And I remember the first band I was in, and you know, and I'm not playing a violin. I hope you guys understand that. You know, I mean, I'm just sharing with you.
Yeah.
But the first band I was in, they came out and saw me one night, and they just shook their heads and said how I was spreading the devil through these folks.
Wow.
And I said, I couldn't understand it. I said, well, hey, these people are smiling, having a good time, you know, and but okay, but I want to let you know that when he passed away, and you know, I made my amends right at his funeral. So I mean, I don't hold their feelings,
Right.
but I've got experiences some people would never even imagine that I had, you know. But I think everything that I mean, I'm not happy about everything, but I mean, I think everything that happened to me in life has brought me where I'm at today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I say the same thing. I do.
Yeah,
I understand where you're going, what you're saying on
Yeah.
that. I have a question, actually, what you just said about your wife. How did what made her just grab that and go through the phone book and find your mom? What made her do it?
I think,
Was it,
you know, well, we went to a search group before this happened, and nothing happened, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she knew that inside I wanted to meet my, you know.
It was important to you.
Yeah.
That is actually a great story. I'm honored that you told us that story, because that actually made me get like goosebumps and thinking, wow, that is that had to be an awesome feeling. You walking into this bar,
Right,
seeing your mom, not knowing how she's going to react or anything like that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she opens and wants to hug, and for what happened in your life.
Right.
But it, once again, like you're just saying a minute ago, everything happens for a full circle atmosphere.
Right.
You didn't know your wife was going to do that.
No.
But she did. It helped you fill the void. And then it also, you got to think about it, it helped them on top of it.
Right.
It brought everything together.
Yeah.
Yes.
It tied everything together.
That is actually
that
awesome
that
feeling.
needed that I don't know, that validation almost.
Right. And you know what? Sometimes when you talk about things, I mean, I don't talk to everybody about it, but I mean, sometimes bringing it up to people, it helps them too, because they got things going on in their life. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not playing a violin. I'm just sharing. And here,
it's good to talk about it too.
Yeah.
Help you the unload that you have, you know what I mean? And just all that, you know, it could have been passed away since that
Right.
point in time.
Right.
Anything could happen, but just anything could have closure.
Right.
Feels so that had so
Oh, I told you about my grandmother. Well, later after we met, I was
really. Yeah.
No feelings for anybody. I mean, you know, and that's why I wanted to say making amends with the Stauffer situation. I mean,
it helped you get down.
Right.
Because if you didn't, you never know where you were. And
that's right.
Well, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure that closure for them helped them best eat.
Right.
Especially your grandma.
Right.
She never do it. And that burden.
You know, doing that, she called my grandmother.
Oh,
I mean, he just came OSWASI, and that's what my birth certificate said. Anyway, the lady, we know that. Oh no, she said bed. Look for it. Anyway, so there's an aunt of mine, which I, you know, but anyway, had a chance. You know, if when he got married, this might would have a different name. Get a hold of my mom's sister, got a hold of my mom. You know, your son's looking for him. You know, your son called our meeting, you know, after all these years. You know, and my sister understood, but when they oh well, hey, so and army, you know, yeah, and 3 pound. I was worried, you know, because he's been the. I walk in, and I am old, you know, you know, because,
You still talk to him?
yeah, oh yeah, I talk to brother and my sister,
Yeah.
and yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
that 15 you know me, 1950.
Right.
Everybody.
Right.
And, well, once now I understand why I would always have a kind of period in is because give up, you know. So she, you know, that's why I said it for her. Yeah.
If I know my history, they on at 50.
Yeah.
It's so young. And a lot of people, especially women having it so young.
Yeah.
And
It had a lot of shame attached to it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a lot of shame.
Yeah.
Just, the family concept back in the 50s were definitely so
Right.
it's just that when your shoulders and
I with my mouth. And,
Yeah.
and you know what? When that or when you search out somebody, you don't know what you're going to get.
Mhm.
I mean, so you can't put them on a pedestal. Oh, I mean, they got problems just like
Yeah.
you got, but
I'm glad that turned out well, though.
oh yes,
I'm glad that turned out well.
yes. I'm so, because I've got a friend in Elkhart that found her real parents, and she
Yeah.
was really sorry she ever did it because
they
had
Different-
alcohol problems.
Oh,
different
yeah.
outcome.
Yeah,
Different outcome,
right? Different outcome.
Is that bar still there?
Family ties?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hey,
In
Scott, will you
fact,
look that up?
when he retired, they moved out of Chicago and
Yeah.
moved out like Joliet or whatever. In fact,
Outside of
Yeah.
the outskirts of
Yeah.
Chicago. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
But also that night I met a aunt that she did burlesque in Chicago. She said
There's that word again.
She said I'd go in bars, take a few pennies out of my bra, and throw and start dancing on the bar and get me a pocket full of money and walk out. But what she was trying to tell me was she was saying, Harv, this stuff is in you. Don't let anybody ever take it away from you. And that's what I was suppressed by, by the Stoffers.
Right.
They just didn't understand, but
That's
really I
awesome.
was just being myself, so.
Wow.
The reason we're laughing about the burlesque because we had a gentleman that is
Part of a band.
part of a band
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the
His
rock,
mom was
the Rock Dogs.
a burlesque dancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he told us a story about that. And she showed him pictures of it and all this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was what, back in the 50s, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. So yeah. He was really funny about the whole story. I mean, he was telling a story, but made us
65.
laugh about it. So
Yeah, he's 65, still rocking it out.
it was the 60s. That's when it was. Yeah.
He's 65 and he's still playing in a rock band.
Oh, wow.
And he told stories about his life and like what you're doing, and
Mhm.
he told us about that. And he said, yeah. She showed me pictures of her dancing.
Yeah, with the pasties and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
It was
Big old
pretty.
feathers.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, I have a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry
go
about
ahead.
this. Sorry, Lexi. I have to scroll up. How do you define blues genre?
How do I define it?
Yeah. How do you define the blues genre? Yeah.
Well, I don't know exactly, what the question is,
Yeah.
but
What's your definition of blues music? How
Well,
does it
it's-
feel to you?
I think it's music that's touches your heart and soul. It's like Coco Taylor would tell you. She says, before the night's over, I'm going to sing a song that you're going to raise your hand and you can relate to.
Yeah.
See, that's what the blues is.
Like
It's a feeling and you can relate to it. See, a lot of people think, oh, blues, it's down.
Boring and it's
But
slow. Yeah,
what
but
it is blues will bring you up because, like I said, you're going to find a song that fits your life and say, hey, man, they're talking to me, or they know how I feel, or whatever, So that's what the blues is. It's a feeling, you know what I mean?
no, I'm going to take something from that because when I cook at home,
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly what I listen to.
Right.
Pick a all blue station, and it plays the whole time while I'm cooking. It's
Right.
so relaxing.
Right. Yeah.
you cook
Mhm.
during blues?
It's a really good. I have a really good station on my Amazon account, and it plays all the blues hits for all different decades.
Mhm.
Great station,
Yeah.
and I love listening to it when I cook. So
You don't listen to us?
no,
Yeah.
never do. I'm always here. I'm here the whole time.
No, it's always an inside joke with me and him because he says I always go back and watch the shows,
Yeah.
see how I can.
I've watched a couple
Sure.
episodes.
He never started watching the episodes until I start telling him, dude, you need to see this. You need to see what's going on and see how things are. And he says, why should I watch it? I'm here.
Yeah.
I
I
experienced
experienced it here live.
Well, I tell people, well, that's how I kind of got better on the air, by listening to myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you're cringing going,
Yeah,
oh, well,
that's my big fear right there.
And see, I'm my worst critic. I can walk away some day saying, oh man, your flow sucked, the show,
Yeah.
And you go out in public that, oh man, did you have a great show? You're thinking, well, was you listening to the same show? But what it is, we're all I am. I mean, I'm
we are
I'm
our
a
biggest
critic on
critics.
myself.
Yeah.
And
Toughest
you know,
critics. Yeah,
yeah. Joe said I'm not.
not at all.
you praise yourself.
No, I just don't. I'm just me. When I I always say I am just me because I am who I am. I'm not going to change how I am. I might be stupid and idiot sometimes, but I'm not.
You can always use improvement in certain areas.
Probably, but I'm not. I don't criticize myself,
especially with the show.
No,
not saying that you're bad or anything, but with the show, I mean, you say for instance, you hear yourself say the wrong word in a sentence, which you do a lot.
I do it a lot. I do it on a normal day basis. I was doing it on the damn show.
You might want to change that up.
I make fun of myself when I do
it.
Let me
order that thesaurus right away.
Yeah.
So you
sound it out. It still doesn't work.
But that's how I got better on the over the years on the radio by listening to myself. And like I said, sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do, but that's
when I get up, when I'm done with this show at the end of the night, right?
Yeah.
I sit at home sometimes and I'm like, man, I could have did that better. Or I could have changed this. I could have said something better. Did I say that out loud?
Right.
And I get on myself about it. So mentally I have it locked in my head that I have something that I can get better at. And I try my hardest to pinpoint that and then try to tweak it up here. It's not necessarily I write it down or anything like, okay, I won't do that again.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we first started, I used to do a lot of a lot of air. Yeah. So I mean, and he got on my butt about it. And I was like, okay, maybe I should.
He did. He did. I was where Scott was at because we were. I wanted to help him out and say, I'll make it go slower.
Didn't have the words to say
in
order to get my point across.
Right.
And I think I've gotten better over the past few years.
Yes, actually you have. I'll give you credit. You have talked a lot better, and you're going with the flow better. It does help, like how you said to me, I want you to sit here again and be on the show because
so we feed off each other.
I can feed off of you. If I don't think of a question, you will have a question probably, and I'll just feed off of you.
Yeah,
and that is awesome. Actually, talking about questions, he's just J Harv's actually saying, "What up, Harv?"
Hey, JR.
He says, "What up, Harv? What up, Joe and James?"
Hey,
JR.
And he said, "I just got done with rehearsal." So
he was telling me, he says,
we were just talking about you too.
I'm going to try to listen tonight, but he said I got rehearsals. And
actually, now he has a question. He says,
I
have a question.
Yeah,
with CDs going by wayside, are you seeing a drop in artists providing media? Does the station take other types of media?
Well, you mean you're talking about other shows like, we got a folk show, and we got jazz,
Well, he's probably talking about your show. So would you?
No, I get I send a playlist into Living Blues magazine. So when you do that, they know you're out there. People are sending you. I mean, sometimes I get so much, I only got a 3-hour show or 6 hours a weekend, but I mean, still, there's stuff. And so sometimes you
still
pick and choose,
CDs?
you know what I mean? And you know what? Some of it, there's local bands better than what I got, what I'm saying, but, sometimes you got to pick and choose,
You guys still use CDs?
Yeah, I still use CDs. Yeah.
You get right to the song.
Yeah, and I know, but most radio shows is a big giant like computer.
Yeah,
Right.
And you're just pushing a button.
Right.
We're like pretty much what Scott's doing.
That's
That's
the beauty
what
of
that's
it,
all
man.
it is.
You actually have to look for the songs.
Right.
That's
I'm
how
sure-
different it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what made me almost want to go in radio. I used to want to do radio way back because, of course, my radio is watching old TV shows with radio. Like, weird thing is, Robin Williams when he was on
Good Morning America. Yeah,
Yeah.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Not Good Morning America. Sorry about that, guys.
I know what you meant though. So with something like that, that made me then watching WKRP with Johnny.
You wanted to be him, didn't you?
No, actually, I wanted to be the night guy.
Oh, really?
I like soul music,
Yeah.
so I wanted to play the soul music more. I'm more soul and funk.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wanted to play stuff like Al Green and
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye and that type of music.
You know
Otis
what?
Redding.
I play Al Green on my show.
Do you
I-
really?
yeah,
Because
he
I
does,
mix it
actually.
all up. I mean, on my show, I try to give you a little flavor of everything.
Yeah.
Every show. And, and another thing I do, I'll play the original and then show you where it came from, where it is today. You know what I mean?
Ah.
How they progressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? We all learned. I mean, I'm not saying they learned something. We all learned something. We learned the history. Like the other day, I played a song, Pine Top Smith, 1928. He did the original Pine Tops Boogie Woogie. Well, our good friend Pine Top Perkins, he does
Boogie
Pine
Woogie.
Tops Boogie Woogie.
Yeah.
So I played the original 1928, and then I played I call it a back-to-back, showing you where it came from, where it is today.
Oh,
And I
that's
do-
kind of cool.
I
That
do
is
a lot
cool.
of that on my show because, like I said, we learn,
Um,
you know.
JR said, "Cool, thanks for the feedback. That's right, Harv is the man."
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So, with your radio show and everything that you're leading up to, do you think you're ever going to retire?
You know what? Hey, you ask that, but
Yeah.
when I was 70, 70, the manager of the station brought me in his office, and I mean, he was serious. He goes, "Hey, I'm a little concerned. How long are you going to do this show?" I said, "Man, I ain't going nowhere." I
Yeah.
said, "Man, this is my passion. This is my love, and I said, hey, blues people, they don't retire. They just die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's true.
So I'm going to do it until I can't do it no more. I mean, as long as,
God
radio,
willing.
I
Yeah.
can do it. Yeah. The creek don't rise. And
Yeah.
the good Lord's willing or
Yeah.
whatever. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But yeah. And so now I'm 74 and I'm still doing it. And I'm going to keep doing it until I can't do it no more, because trying to keep it alive.
He don't look 74.
No, man. You still got that glow going. Yeah. Yeah. When you talk about it, I can see the love in your
The
in the
passion.
passion in your
yeah,
eyes, man, when you
yeah.
talk about it.
Mhm.
And that's
Well, and you know what? I love people. I love sharing with
Yeah.
people, and that's just I'm a people person, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
I know what you
definitely.
mean on that
Yeah.
one. I'm up there with you on that.
Yeah,
in my
right,
life. I am a
right.
big people person myself.
Mhm, right.
The funny thing is, you not knowing him, he's an introvert, and you couldn't tell by how he is on the show,
Right.
but he is an introvert.
Yeah.
And he won't go up to random strangers if he doesn't have to.
yeah.
and ask for a
I keep
drink.
to myself.
He keeps
mostly.
himself.
Mhm.
Like my own little bubble.
Yeah.
And I'll engage in conversation. Don't get me wrong, but it's at the point where I like to be, left alone sometimes.
Right.
I mean, I'm in the public eye all the time
Mhm.
with this show and my work.
Right.
I need that detachment from everyday life sometimes, and just if I go out, I try to get myself into a corner where nobody's really around me.
Right.
And
And
he's
that's
still
just-
in the corner.
And I'm still in the corner, yeah. But
Yeah.
but just being myself and the people that know me and know me from my show and from my work,
Mhm.
I just don't get that time away. So
Right. So how did you guys all kind of get this or meet and how to do this?
I'd known him since I was
podcast?
16,
Yeah.
but
So it's been what 20 years?
yeah,
Yeah,
I've
20
known
years.
him since I was
it's
16.
20 years.
But we
Mhm.
started really talking more and more every day how we are now when he worked down at Czars.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because he used to come down all the time.
Yeah, I used to come down and I used to work and help part time and stuff like that with him and with Tom and all. I've been going down to Czars since the place opened, but yeah, it was because of Czars, because of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I pitched this idea. It was one night I said, "Hey, what do you think about doing a podcast?"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And then I really got things going by buying all the equipment. And I say, well, now I have the equipment. What do you think about it now?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll follow your lead. What are we going to do it? Well, I had to find a space. Found this space, and that was history right there.
Yeah.
Everybody always thinks they're coming to a house or
Yeah.
they're coming to
Yeah.
a garage or
Right.
a basement or something. They said, "Wow, you guys got a nice studio. This is really nice."
Yeah.
I went, "What do you
Put
think
in
you're
some
coming
work.
to?"
Yeah,
There's a lot of work.
It
It
is.
is a nice studio.
This is all his mind and his
Yeah.
vision.
Went through a lot of camera guys, the person behind the scene, and we ran across this guy. He's been doing excellent work back there. Thank you, Scott, so much, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much how we started.
Okay.
It was just a vision that he had. We had a couple hiccups here and there, and a couple of people back talking about it, and
Mhm.
we stopped for a good 6 months, and people liked our shows, and it was a funny thing. And I was more shocked because all of a sudden people are approaching me. You guys need to get back in there. You guys need to get back in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another show.
And then I said, it's up to James. So I said,
Yeah.
screw this.
You know, and
I
I
gotta
think
tell 'em.
people like honesty. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
to be open, you know,
Yeah,
to
exactly.
that, you know, because, well, what I'm trying to say is sometimes people, you know, because you're doing a radio show, they imagine you're this, or,
Mhm.
you know, they put you on a pedestal or whatever.
Yeah. I can see
And
that.
all I want them to know is that, hey, I live life just like you do. I got problems. I got,
Oh, yeah.
you know, I
Oh,
got
yeah.
it going on. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, yeah. And,
we're all in the same playing field.
yeah, right.
It's
right.
Nobody's higher than the other.
No,
you know?
and I try, and that's why I don't like the word, you know, oh, you're
Celebrity,
a legend, you're
yeah.
a celebrity. I
Yeah.
just, you know, hey, I'm just old Harv.
Oh,
I'm just,
he didn't
you know,
like how
I
you
mean, I
said
just
that.
try to.
I said on the thing on my Facebook, the legendary old Harv.
I know. Hey,
That's why I keep bringing that up.
No, that's okay. I mean, that you
I know.
said that, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
I know
you got to keep that stuff in perspective.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody
And,
puts their pants on at the same time. They
Right,
put their
that's
feet in
right.
and jump.
right. And, you know, like I said, I feel like it's a God-given talent for what I'm doing, you know, because
You don't do that.
I didn't know anything about, you know, really
Yeah.
doing this, and it's worked out, you know, so.
It has to work out. You've done it for 42
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
You played your cards well.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're very humble about winning the awards, winning all the stuff that you have, meeting the celebrities,
Yeah.
and you act like it's
Yeah.
just yesterday. It was I met BB King,
Right.
yeah. Or I
That's
met
nothing.
I
I
met
mean,
Buddy,
it's
I met
no
Buddy
big
Guy,
thing,
and
but
Buddy Guy, yeah.
It's,
that's
it's,
right.
it's cool to hear that kind of stuff because you dream of wanting to do something like that
Right.
in your life, and when you get the opportunity and you stay humble because of
Right.
the things that you've done,
Right.
that says a lot about you.
Mhm.
You don't get too high or too low. You stay right in the middle.
Right. Right.
Stay right in the middle and do your things like
Well,
you do every day.
Hey, we all know people that got their heads up their ass.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean.
definitely,
You know what
definitely.
I'm saying. And I don't want to be that kind
Mhm.
of person at all. You know what I mean. You know,
I don't like that either.
No.
I'd rather be that. Like when someone is coming up to me and is like, "Man, you guys do a great show." I watch your show and I always thank them
yeah.
every time.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it so much. You guys are watching my show. Thank you so much because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have this.
That's right.
And
That's
that
right.
when you said that earlier,
Yeah.
about the guy that you
Yeah.
the artist that you met,
Yeah, and if it wasn't for
relate to
my
that.
if it wasn't for my listeners,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be there because we're a public radio station. We
Yeah.
depend on our listeners for their hard and when I'm pledging, I call it hard-earned dollars
Yeah.
because I know it's, some people are working hard to make a dollar or they're having a rough time and they can't afford really to give a lot of money, but they give what they can and they've been loyal to the blues and to the Blues Review, and that's so I'm honored that they've kept me on the air that many years.
He works hard for the money.
Yeah.
He works hard for the money.
Someone make that face. Well, you gonna do it again?
I was gonna do it again.
Oh,
but damn.
I'm gonna look that way.
With everything in your life, do you regret anything?
Well, that I do have one regret that I never got to experience what teenagers. I was.
Oh,
I was in an institution all my whole, from 14 to 18, I was, and that's one regret. I mean, that's just something it's not
that's something personal.
Yeah,
but
it's something
you should have.
Yeah.
With that regret right there, if that's the only regret you really do have about that, you're living it now.
Right.
You're living it when you got the job as a radio person.
Right.
You're living that still that 20s, teens, anything out there.
Right.
Life.
Yeah.
And you still are living it to this day.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
Right.
You shouldn't regret what you lost.
No.
It's in the past for a reason.
Right. Well, and like I shared earlier, that everything I've gone through has probably brought me where I'm at today.
Yeah.
And
it's always a full circle.
And, and I think that's probably why I do good on the radio, because I can share, or I can feel how people are feeling sometimes, and I'm just a people person,
Right.
Well, like one time after I met my mom, I had to kind of get rid of the past, so I was going to some counseling, and I walk into a bar and I'm telling this girl's going, "Oh, Harv, man, I always admire you. You have had your life together so much." I said, "Yeah, you know how much of my life is together? I just got out of you know what I mean?
Right.
I've been going to counseling for how many, months?"
Exactly.
And but then she shared a little more, and I shared, what I mean? Honest with each other.
Yeah.
But I will say one thing. I want to give my wife a lot of credit, because a lot of women wouldn't put up with what I do, because I'm gone all the weekend.
Yeah.
And but she supports me. She's behind me, and she's a good lady. I mean,
that's good, man.
Yeah, Italian. She's. I mean.
Well, behind every good man is always.
That's right. Every good blues man is a good blues man.
Yeah. And
but
just to have that, you have that rock to lean on when you need it.
Mm-hmm.
That's always important.
Right.
Always
well,
important.
You know what? I was. Here's another thing that a lot of people. I was divorced twice before I, and the thing is, they wanted me to give up what I do, and the thing is,
the old succubus.
If you give it up, hey, maybe that's going to make them happy, but how about you?
I've had that happen to me.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot. Hey, I know a lot of musicians that don't play anymore, or they give up being in a band because of someone don't like it, or they want to, they want you to change.
Want to suck the energy out of you.
And Armita's never tried
to tell you. I understand. I could relate to that totally. Because I had that happen to me, but with this podcast, the old succubus phase.
Yeah.
And I don't. If you got that in your life, guys, anybody that's listening, you got something that you really want to do, and they don't want you to do it, get rid of them.
Right.
Cut that out of your life.
Yeah, because you know what, you can't. Like I said, it might make them happy, but if you're not happy, how do you make them happy?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You can't make anybody happy if you're not happy.
That's right.
That's right. We have a couple other shout outs. Steve Sanders from Whiskey Highway.
Oh, what's up, Steve?
Yeah, so he says, "What's good, Third Eye?" And then he said, "What's the moment and moments that stand out in your career that you always will remember?" I don't know if he's asking a question. He just, I think
That's a good question. I like that question.
Yeah.
And then while you think of your answer, he says, "Shout out to the camera guy."
Yeah, that's a long running joke with us.
Well, I guess what stands out is, like I said, my first going to Memphis, the getting that Keeping the Blues Alive award, and the same day I won, there was a guy that run a jute joint in Clarksdale, Mississippi for 30 years. And he really felt uncomfortable. And that's, because it was a brunch and, a lot of people had suits on and all that. But it was nice to see him getting recognized after 30 years, that he ran a jute joint.
Yeah.
And that is cool.
But that, that was probably a day that I'll never forget. And of course, the other awards too, but I mean, especially Chicago.
So the Memphis one, is that a bigger award than the one in Chicago?
Well, not really. I mean, it's just, you get recognized as, and they give you a nice
statue, plaque, or whatever.
Plaque or statue, and keeping the, it has your name on it and says public radio and the year 2012, and it's a big award. I mean, like I said, you're probably going to get it once in your life because there's too many people out there they're trying to recognize, so, but just getting it is something I never dreamed of, and so I'm blessed,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then he just said, "Awesome. Thanks, Harv."
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
With all the stuff out there, you're one amazing man. And we probably haven't even hit any of the cooking yet.
It's just like the tip of the iceberg with you. I'm sure you got tons of other stories.
And we're coming close to the end, but it's awesome that what you accomplished and you're keeping the music and blues alive. It's awesome.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And and I, like I said, I appreciate my listeners because they're the ones that really have kept me there.
Kept you
this many years.
Yeah, for 42 years. Yeah.
All right. Steve asked another question.
Steve's full of questions.
Yeah,
go ahead,
Harv, you said that this is your passion. What is the best advice you can give someone that wants to do what you do?
To go for it. If you love something, and if it's there, you gotta go for it, and don't let anything stand in your way.
Exactly.
And like I said, sometimes it hasn't been easy sometimes, because of just things that happen or learning the new technology and all that stuff. But it's something that I just couldn't see running away from, I mean, it's my love, passion.
Right.
And that's what I mean. And I guess that's what I'm telling Steve is if you got a passion, go for it, and that,
that's actually, he says amen.
Huh?
He says amen.
Oh, okay. Amen. Yeah. I hear you there.
Yeah, he does. With my last question, probably before we do
last call.
But my thing is, with everything that you accomplished, actually, it's not really a question. I'm not gonna do that one because I can use that in my final thought. You said you've been married to your wife now, right?
Yeah, we've been married.
I'll ask this question because I really want to know the story. How did you propose?
Well,
I'm a hope.
We're at a blues club.
Yeah.
Duh. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, you weren't at hip hop club?
Yeah. Anyway, we're at a blues club, and it was Lonnie Brooks' show. In fact, Armita's born on Halloween, so he after we met. And he knew that we met at his show. He always said, "Now, Harv, oh, Armita's a witchy woman, and she definitely put a spell on you. I said, oh yeah. But anyway, that night our eyes kind of connected, and I didn't walk out and say, oh, I'm going to get to know, I mean, but a week later we ran into each other, and I gave her my card, and I said, hey, if you ever want to go to coffee or something. And I thought, well, I'll never hear from this lady again. And the next day she invites me for spaghetti, and that's, hey, food always to a man's heart.
Yeah, wow. I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
You say spaghetti?
She cooked you food for a day.
First
day,
yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, we've been together. We've been together 38 years, and we've been married 36. And hey, we got our ups and downs too. But I mean, we
stuck with it.
We've stuck right in there with it. And like I said, she loves the blues like I do,
and she supports you wholeheartedly. Throughout your career.
Right. If you I always say, if you got a woman that, I'm just talking for a male. I'm saying, if you got a woman that don't like what you do, or man, you're going to have a miserable life.
Oh, yeah,
you know what
definitely,
I mean?
Definitely.
Even, maybe you go out and do it, but when you get home,
you're going to
they're going to have their hands on their hip, letting their backbone flip. You know what I mean?
So these people are loving your show because they ask a couple more questions.
Yeah.
What would you like to be? Oh, wait, sorry. What would you like to be remembered for?
That I'm a good person, friendly, humble. I try to, I love people, and I try to be as friendly as I can. I mean, I'm not perfect. In fact, this is a line that it's a joke really with my wife, but when I goof up or mess up, I always say, now, honey, I'm not perfect, but I do the best I can.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, luckily enough, I haven't got a pan over my head, but I mean, she knows it's a joke, but, no, that's what I want to be remembered as, that I was friendly, and, or I treated people like I want to be treated.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Actually, that was only one.
All right.
Then she added on to it for what the question was. So you're all good.
All right. Guys, we're going to wrap this up, but what we do before we wrap it up, we do what we call last call. You give shout outs to people that you want to, and anything that's coming up in the near future for you.
Okay.
And we'll pass it around.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm going to be in Kalamazoo this weekend at the Kalamazoo Blues Festival. It's happening on Friday night. And you've got, can I mention something?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you can do anything.
Most of these are local Kalamazoo groups on Friday night. Blueback, the Leeson Chilton Band, also Eddie Blue and the Ravens, Ashamu Johnson and the Blues Associates, and then the headliner is J.R. Clark.
All right, J.R.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, he deserves it. You know, I mean, and then Saturday night, your friend Rodney, Resurrection
Rodney
Blues
Mills.
Band starts it out. Then Madeline the Hunters, which all these folks here pretty much I've had on my show, and they've played on my show, and that's another thing that I'm proud of, that I've brought people into the studio and let them play. And so people know who they are, and that's what it is. So anyway, I'm going to be in Kalamazoo both Friday and Saturday.
This weekend, guys should go check it out.
Yeah. And then the following week, I'll be at the Firefighters Blues Festival. And you got, you got Rodney again, Resurrection Blues Band, Stephen Hillensheim, Little Frank and his premieres, Wayne Baker Brooks, and Toronto Cannon. So, both them festivals got good lineups.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sounds like
lineups, it. Yeah. And so that's what I'm going to be doing.
All right, Joe.
Before I say my final thought, Lexi that kept on asking some of the questions, she said that's a brilliant answer and definitely impressed I got from you. I have a lovely night. So
thank you for watching, Lynn.
So my final thought for you is thank you for coming on, for one, and I'm very humbled to get to know you even more. on a different side than I see you sometimes when I'm out and about and I see you. But coming from what you've done and what you have achieved, it's very impressive. And you keep it live for the music. You do everything that you do for the music. And everything that you said and done in your life, you just take it like a grain of salt. And for me, I'm going to start trying to do more like that. I do say I'm just me all the time when I tell people, but how you react to things is awesome.
Well, thank you.
And I still see the passion, the heart, everything that you have in your life. You can read it through your face.
I appreciate it.
And God bless, and keep on rocking it out for you.
Well, and I hope you guys, like I said earlier when I said I'm not playing a violin, I'm just sharing my life.
Yeah.
And,
that's awesome.
you know, sometimes, like I said, people, they have a perspective of you because you're on the radio or whatever. And they don't realize that underneath there's a lot of same things. You know, I live, you know, just like you say, we all put our pants on the same way. You know? And that's why I shared what I did tonight.
Not thank you so much for
not to
Oh,
you know,
no.
say,
Oh, no,
feel
no.
sorry
You didn't
for
take it
old
that-
Harv,
no,
you know.
you
Oh,
didn't take it
no.
that way.
I don't take it that way at all.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I love the stories that people give us on the show.
Yeah, it's
Right.
definitely it's an honor to hear that from anybody, and especially you, because my take from this whole show is you have done a lot in your life and in your career.
Yes.
In the last 42 years, you've done a lot, and that right there, just to keep blues music alive and well, and keep it going for other people to listen to, it's been a treat for me to hear those stories.
And I thank you. You know,
I thank you for just giving us this information, because, like I said before, you can still watch these videos from years to come.
right.
And for anybody that's interested, that want to watch and learn more about you, can watch this video and pass this on to everybody else. And I hope they do that. Thank you so much for this. Just, I don't know, man. I mean, just Joe bringing you on, and when you said blues music was behind this, my ears perked up, and I just wanted to hear the story. And this has been a honor and a privilege. And we want to have you back on. We definitely want to have you back on.
I'd love to, and I appreciate you guys having me here.
Yeah,
I mean,
this has been so much fun.
Joe, thank you for inviting me. Hey, and I noticed he's got the JR hat on.
Yeah.
there, you know,
JR left some
Hey,
nice
JR,
treats,
you got-
some
you got
fun
these-
stuff.
I'll represent my hats. I do.
yeah,
I have the same hat at home. I
yeah.
sit right on my kitchen table.
Hey, Scott, where's your hat?
But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Anytime you guys,
we
you know,
appreciate you coming on.
and I hope someone out there maybe, you know, maybe I helped in some way,
Yeah.
you know, and then they'll share with people. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You definitely inspired me from the professional aspect of your career, and just and sharing that information with us to keep going and doing what you love. That means a lot.
That's
It means a lot. So
Mhm.
thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, who's on Sunday? We have a show Sunday.
We have
Sunday show.
another Sunday show coming up. We haven't had one in a while.
Yeah, it's been at least a month and a half,
Yeah.
maybe two.
So on Sunday we have Lakeside Slingshot. It's the place that rents slingshots. The motorized vehicle.
Yeah, with the two wheels in
not a
front and one wheel
slingshot.
in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not a slingshot where you can shoot things.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
a vehicle. Yeah. Can't looking
said
forward to that
first.
episode.
And
All right.
then on Monday,
Yeah.
we have another band coming in, Hot Sauce.
Oh, you got them on?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen those guys in a
I
while.
haven't seen them in a while either. And
Oh,
then on
Wednesday,
is your guy, Paul.
the teacher artist.
Yeah.
He's got some interesting
How do you
stories.
say his last name?
Oh, let me spell it out for me. I can't remember the top. Did you write it down? Oh, Crumpacker.
They want to run.
Paul Crumpacker is going to be
I
on the
didn't want to
show.
ruin that last name.
He's looking forward to it. I just saw him yesterday. He's looking forward to it.
So
So,
that's who's on Wednesday.
all right,
Well, you
guys.
know what you do is you're helping a lot of people. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people wouldn't know about some of the
stuff that's going on in this area.
You're
So
bringing them on, and you're letting them share.
yeah,
And podcasts is a big thing, and I appreciate what you guys do.
thank you so much for
Yeah.
saying that. I appreciate
Thank
that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. But just to say that if you're watching any of our podcast platforms, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can get more stuff when we put it out every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. and sometimes on Sunday. Guys, check us out Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. We got another live show going on, and we hope to see you. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We want to thank Old Harv for joining us tonight. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate all the good stories and the information that we had. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. But at the same time, we want to thank Scott, too, for behind the scenes as I get my song ready. Thank you so much, buddy. You do a lot of work for us behind the scenes that we couldn't do ourselves. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we're getting out of here. We'll see you Sunday, 1 p.m. Let's go.